Pauline, can you hear me okay? Thank you. Good stuff. Hi everyone, good evening. We're going to start off lying down on our back. You might want a couple of blocks tonight. Can you take the block or a cushion if you haven't got a block, put it underneath your bottom and then extend out your whole body. So your sacrum is supported and the front of your pelvis, hips are open. Arms overhead if that's comfortable and let them go wide. And just relax a few moments here. Let your belly rise and fall as you breathe. See if you can steer your attention to meet the practice as a practice of yoga, a practice of union, harmonizing our inner self with the outer world, finding peace within. So feel if you can just start by following your breath and feeling there's a peaceful nature to the breath. You're not forcing it, you're trying to smooth it out, get rid of any jaggedness and become friends with your breath. Just like perhaps today you might have been outside at some point enjoying the nice break in the weather and got absorbed in the sounds of nature around you. Now see if you can absorb yourself in the sound of your own breath flow, listening and connecting with awe. Another breath. When you complete your exhale, bend one leg in first so the foot comes flat to the floor. Use that to support you as the other leg comes in. And then gently press your way off the block, a little tilt up of the tailbone, roll your spine down. And let your knees rest together. We will bring the knees into the chest in a moment because it might feel like that's what you want to do. Just let your pelvis land first. And then just your right knee into the chest. Relaxed feet, nothing too strong. Right foot down, left knee into your chest. Even though this is slow flow yoga with a bit of yin, there might be a little bit less flowing, as in like less dynamic, but we'll still work through postures. So it's not yin and it's not flow. It's just a slow connection of postures together. Release that leg. Move your bottom slightly off to the right, like a couple of inches. Bring the right knee back in again and straighten your left leg this time. And we'll take a twist so your left hand holds the right knee. And take your leg across, and if you want to grab that block again, you could put the block underneath your knee as it comes over. Have your right arm out wide to the side, either bent or straight. I particularly like just keeping my head in neutral in this, or just letting my head just slightly fall to the right. But if you want to turn your head further and you want to work through your neck a bit more, you can turn your right ear further to the ground. Or you can, like me, just let your head just slightly fall, like you're wearing a heavy earring in your right ear only. And a couple more breaths. Press down into the left elbow to help bring that leg back up. Both feet come flat to the floor. And we want the same thing on the side. So bottom goes over to the left and your left knee comes in and the right leg goes straight. If you're using your block, bring that over and take your knee to the right. And then maybe the heavy earring in your left ear. Helping us to open into the lower back, soften the sides of the body. Press into your right elbow to help the leg come back up. Both feet go flat to the floor and move your bottom back to the middle of the mat. Now take happy baby, your knees coming wide, arms inside the legs. If you struggle to get hold of the feet, then wrap your arms around your knees and just hug your knees in towards your armpits. Otherwise, your arms come inside the legs, catch hold of your feet, and start lifting your feet toward the ceiling with bent knees, which kind of wriggle down toward the floor. So there might be a little bit of movement or a little bit of rocking. And then place your feet down wide, arms out wide, and just let your knees sway from side to side a few times. And go slower so your knee has chance to really reach across toward the opposite foot. So it's pressing downwards and away from the hip. So if it was my left knee coming across the middle, my left knee would drop down toward the right foot and down toward the right corner of the mat, reaching away from the left hip. And you just want to kind of linger there long enough to feel you're getting adequate juiciness into that opening. But it makes you go, we'll name that class tonight, things that make you go, within the field of yoga. Okay, and then knees up to center, and then turn all the way over onto your side. Doesn't matter which one it is. Legs are going to be bent in front of you. Knees together, feet together, and interlace your hands, bring them behind your head. And then we just open your elbow wide and stretch your elbow away from the top knee, and then close back around. And we'll do that a few times. Inhaling as you open, stretch your elbow wide across, away from the top hip. And exhale as you close. 3 more. Really try and open your armpit. Last one. Press into your hands and push your way up, and then just swing around onto your other side. Interlace your hands behind your head. And same thing. Open with the inhale, stretch the elbow out, be there long enough to get the thing that makes you go, and then close it back round. I'm quite pleased with that title. I might say it a lot tonight. Having said that, it doesn't feel like nighttime, does it? It's so nice to have this bright day. Hope you've all had a lovely one. I'm going to assume most of us have done something a bit more active maybe today, maybe you've been out a bit more. So we'll try and make this class a little antidote to that. Last one. And close, hand onto the floor in front and push your way up. Turn around onto your hands and knees. Circle your hips around. And the other way. Left hand stays on the floor, right arm opens with an inhale, turn your chest. And then thread your arm all the way under, land on your right shoulder. Look towards your right hand. And let's start off with the left hand coming right up onto your fingertips. Thread the arm under a bit more, turn the left shoulder up a bit more, and then see if you can bring your left hand either round towards the right hip or further round towards the right hip crease. And look underneath your left shoulder, even if it's just your eyes turning under. 2 more breaths like that. Feel like you're trying to pull your right hip or your right hip crease toward the right more. Free that left hand back to the floor, walk your fingertips all the way up to the top of your mat, straightening your arm out. And then see if you can walk the fingers toward the right corner of the mat so that your arm comes further toward the back of your ear. And again, try and look underneath your arm. So your arm is going back far enough that you can see up. Slide that hand in flat to the floor, carefully press your way up and circle your hips. Other way. Left arm opens with an inhale. Left arm all the way through, land on your left shoulder. Same thing, once you're there, come onto the right fingertips, get a little bit more height. See if the left arm can thread under a tiny bit more. Right hand to the back of the left hip, or fingers round to the hip crease. Your hips will want to swing to the right, so see if you can encourage them toward the left. And either stay as you are, or just start to turn a little bit more toward the back of your head, looking up toward the ceiling a bit more, even if your eyes just tilt up. Another breath. Free your right hand to the floor. Walk your fingertips up to the top of your mat. So if you can't walk your arm further across, that's fine. But if you can, your hand walks towards the left corner of the mat, looking underneath your right arm. You might find there's a lot of difference from one arm to the other. I'm definitely noticing this side is tighter. And then bring your right hand back to the floor, press up to hands and knees, hip circles. The other way. And then come down onto your forearms, Sphinx position, hips on the ground. Press through your forearms, lift the chest a little higher and stretch your legs out long. Make it lightly active so we're not collapsing in Sphinx, belly draws in slightly, shoulders roll back a little. You can gently activate your pelvic floor. Keep a steady but soft gaze forwards. And then just rest your head down on your hands. Take your legs wider, bend your knees and sway your feet side to side so you're rolling on the front of your thighs. And then look out to the left, put your left hand on the floor and straighten your right arm out to the right. Swing your feet to the right, so you roll onto your right side. You might bring a block or a cushion under your head. And then the top leg can go up a bit high with your knee if you want, so that you turn more. And the left hand that at the moment's on the floor just in front of your belly or your rib cage, you can bring that around behind if you want for a slightly deeper option. The head sometimes gets lost way out in front. Bring your head back just enough so it doesn't feel like you're overly extending your nose and your chin. So the head is kind of softening in to the top of the spine. Release your hand in front of you as you roll back around onto your tummy. Pause. resting your head on your left hand. Let your right arm normalise. And then we go to the other side. So your legs bend, knees are wide. Look to the right, bring your right hand onto the floor, straighten your left arm out to the side, swing your feet to the left, and again you could add something under your head. As your right foot steps behind, the right knee might lift a little higher. Your right hand can stay in front of you or behind you. And then release, turning back around onto your tummy, rest your head on both hands. Bend both legs again, but this time without your knees as wide, and take your arms down and see if you're able to get hold of your feet or your ankles, and if you can't, then keep your arms there, but just straighten your legs out instead. And then lift everything up off the ground, head, chest, arms and legs. So I'm showing you the straight leg version. If you want to do the bent leg version and you can hold the feet, you're going to push your feet into your hands to lift your chest more up where it was when you were in Sphinx. Another inhale. Exhale, release down, hands by your shoulders and push back to child's pose. Let's have the arms out in front. And then take your chest onto your right thigh, hands off to the right. Up and over to the left. And then back to centre, downward facing dog. And lift your right hand out the way as you step your right foot forwards. Put your right foot in the middle of the mat. Bring your block for your right hand and put it by your little toe. Turn the back foot round so that turns flat to the floor, so your front heel lines with your back instep. Right knee bends and bring your left arm by your side, and then take the left arm behind you and either rest it by your right hip or try and get your fingers into your hip crease, if you can see my hands poking through underneath, and roll the top shoulder open and look up. Press down into the little toe side of your left foot. Okay, and then free the arm from behind you, take that straight up in the air and try straightening your right leg out, and you might just bring the right block back a little further so your hand's directly under your shoulder, and draw your right hip back away from your right foot, like you're trying to tuck your right hip toward the left hip. You can keep looking up, or if the neck gets strained, look forwards or even look down. That's much easier for the neck. And sense your right knee is turning towards your right arm. Look down, bring your hand down and lift the back heel as you come back round to downward facing dog. Fingers spread, hips pressing back. And then look forwards where you want to go. Move your left hand out the way, step your left foot forwards to the middle of your mat. Bring the block to the little toe side of your foot and turn your right foot to the floor. Bend your left knee. Your left knee and your left arm should be in line with each other, or your left shin and your left arm. Right hand round behind. It can go to the back of your hips, or you can try and feed your hand into the hip crease, helping your shoulder roll open more, helping your ribs turn up more. Look up. Keep your right leg straight and see if you can point the end of your spine, your tailbone end, down towards your right heel. Free your right arm up, triangle pose, straighten your left leg and bring the block back a little if you need to. As you straighten your left leg out, try and feel the hip continues to pull back away from your left heel, like the left sit bone is trying to tuck underneath your right sit bone or tuck back towards your right sit bone. Keep that left knee upright, or to help do that, it's like your left knee is trying to turn towards your left arm. One more breath. Look down and bring both hands down to the floor. Step to downward facing dog. And then walk your hands and feet towards each other. Doesn't matter whether you end up at the top or the bottom end of your mat, or the middle. Bend your knees into a chair pose and extend your arms forwards rather than upwards and squeeze your sit bones slightly together, creating a bit more space in the lower back and a bit more firm control in your abdominal muscles. Try and balance here, lifting your left heel off the floor so you're balanced on your right leg, and see if you can lift the left knee as you come up to standing. We'll try twisting here, so right hand onto left knee, left arm opens to the side, turn your chest. Keep the knee nice and steady. Gaze out toward the left. Come back to center. Return that foot to the floor and sit back down into chair pose, arms in front. Then get that little squeeze in through the sit bones, legs stay steady. Right heel lifts off the ground, get confident in your left leg and press your way up to standing. Right knee lifts, left hand onto right knee and open your right arm, twist. Bring your right arm forwards, return your leg to the floor, and then just stand a moment. Feet are going to come together. As you stand with your legs together, close your eyes. And try and get more grip through your feet and your toes. Try and bring more solidity into your legs and your core. Try and get more openness through your shoulders, the spine to the top of your head. Notice that even though you've got 2 feet on the floor, there might be a bit of swaying now that we've closed our eyes. Keep this same structure, but let your eyes open. Lift your left heel off the floor, turn the sole of the foot to the inside of the right leg. You can bring it either to the ankle, calf, or inner thigh, and then hands meet in a prayer position at the center of your chest. Feel the left thigh bone trying to turn out. Keep your gaze steady and forwards. Bring your knee in front of you, place the feet back together again on the floor, arms by your side, close your eyes. Feel you're bringing some trust and some weight back into the left leg. Eyes open, right heel lifts, turn your right heel into the leg, up the leg as far as you're able to go, Hands to prayer position. Press your straight leg and your foot together. We are keeping the eyes open for the tree balance, but if you're a super advanced balancer, you can of course try closing your eyes. My tree would fall quite quickly. Knee comes forwards, return that foot down, feet together. Inhale, swoop your arms all the way up, look up. Exhale, wide arms, swoop to the floor. Walk your hands forwards to downward facing dog. Take your right leg up in the air as you inhale. Bring your right leg forwards into pigeon pose. So you're going to swing your shin across the mat. Drop your left knee behind you. And then slide the left knee back so your hips follow that back leg. And if you need a block for this, you can put your block underneath your right buttock if you need to be up a little bit higher. So we've got the right knee to the right, the foot to the left. Lower down into your forearms. Your bolster, of course, can be used here. We're going to hold this as one of our yin poses. So if you've got something you want to rest your head on, go ahead and do that. Try and feel the left hip sinking forwards a little toward the ground. We should be feeling this in the right thigh, hip, buttock area. For some people it might radiate a little bit further than that, maybe into the lower back slightly. You might feel like it's stretching your knee slightly, but we definitely don't want pain in the knee, so just avoid that. If you need your alternative, you come into figure 4 on your back. If you don't know what that is, it's that one. Feel like there's a little recurring invite, and you can either accept or decline. And the invite is, do you want to move in a little deeper? Is there a little more space that's opened up for you that's allowing you to go in? Good, and then from there make your way up. Roll onto your right buttock. Turn the left leg up so the knee and toes are pointing up. And then we're just going to bring the right knee in for a moment and bring the leg that was out to the side straight out in front of you. So into a twist. This knee is going to go back out. Bring the heel up close. Bend forward. So I've got a strap, and many of you might want to use a similar thing, and put it around your foot. Hold so the left leg is straight. Hold the strap or your foot with the right hand, and then turn toward the left. Look over your left shoulder. Maybe the left hand can come around behind and get either onto the back of your hip or into the right hip crease. And then look forwards and release that twist, and we're going to switch the legs over. So the leg that was bent is going to go in front, and the leg that was straight is going to come out to the side. And then we're bending forwards over your straight leg. So you bow into the straight leg. We'll hold this for about a minute. And then make your way up. Bring the soles of both feet together, press into your fingertips, lift up tall. And so you can either turn back to what was the front of your mat, or you can keep that left leg bent and turn onto your left hip and carefully reach your right leg out behind. Get a little bit of height so you can position yourself into pigeon pose and lower yourself into it. The right leg's going to reach back, and then we can come down and rest our head on the block or bolster if you've got one. We can get very dominant in our actions through our arms and our legs in particular, so often we'll find one shoulder's a lot more open and one hip's a lot more open. And it can really show itself up in this. The one we did with our arm earlier, where the arm's out behind, broken wing, is a big sign of that one. And pigeon poses as well. Not that we're going to necessarily remedy that just in a few practices, but we can be aware of it, and that can make us more aware in our day-to-day actions with our body, trying to create more balance through what we do. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. 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 Govinda, Govinda, Hari. Okay, and then make your way up from there. Roll onto your left buttock, turn your right leg up. And then bring the bent knee upright and bring your straight leg up and over in front. And then drop your knee back out to the side. I'm going to use my strap again. Hold on to it with your left hand. Right leg is straight, and then start to turn. You want to try and lengthen your spine. I'm pulling against the strap to lift from the lower back, to turn the right shoulder up. Govinda, Hari, Hari. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. And then come back to centre. Bent knee comes up and straightens. And then the straight leg comes in and drops out. Forward bend over your straight leg. And again, we'll hold for about a minute. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. Feeling a slight extension through your lower back as you try and elongate your spine as well as bending forwards. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. And then make your way up. Bring that leg in, both feet together, wrist to your fingertips and lift. And then bring your knees in together and roll down onto your back. And we're just going to finish where we started. Hips up on the block. Arms overhead. Soften your belly. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. So we've come full circle back round. Govinda, Govinda, and all those poses that we've done in between will have created more fluidity in your body, more openness, more space for receptivity, more space for your health to flow, for your soul to grow. Whichever leg wants to bend in first, do the other one. Foot flat to the floor. And then both feet flat to the floor. Take the block out. And instead of happy baby, this time bring your knees in, one hand each knee, and circle them open and closed. And then circle round the other way. Relax either with your legs resting on your bolster, or knock-kneed position, or legs straight. Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari. 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 Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari.
Govinda Govinda Hari Hari Govinda Govinda Hari Hari.
Take a nice deep breath in
Govinda Govinda
and exhale. Again, deep breath in.
Govinda Govinda Hari.
Wriggle, shift. Prepare yourself to come up to sitting.
Govinda Govinda Hari Hari.
Thank you all. Well done. Namaste. Thank you for joining this evening. Have a lovely rest of your evening.
Govinda Govinda.
Okay, and then bring the hips back to centre. Right leg lifts, circle the right leg. 1, 2, 3, change direction. 1, 2, 3, lift your right hand, step your right foot forwards, lunge forwards, bring both hands onto your thigh, press your waist back, tuck your tailbone under, and then interlace your hands behind and stretch your arms up and back. Keep lunging forwards, lift your chest. Now firm your belly a little so it supports your back. Hands come down inside the foot and bring both knees back to the floor. Circle your hips. 3, 2, 1. Other way. 3, 2, 1. Left leg lifts. Circle 3, 2, 1, other way. 3, 2, 1. Lift left hand, step left foot forwards, hands onto left thigh as you lunge, drop into the front of your right hip and draw your chest back. Interlace your hands behind, go the less dominant cross of your fingers and reach your arms up and back. Keep long through your spine, so try and keep your head reaching up. And then hands release to the inside of the foot, come onto both knees, and then drop down onto your forearms. We're in a Sphinx position. Press the ground away, push from your pubic bone, and try lifting the belly. So pubic bone pushes down, belly pulls in, and get your legs to really reach long down the mat. Feel like your legs are stretching from the centre of your core, so that the more the legs pull, watch my back, the more my legs pull, the more my back's going to lengthen out towards the legs. Okay, keep that sort of feeling. And engage your pelvic floor muscles in that position. Rest your head on your right forearm, catch hold of your left foot, stretch the front of your left thigh. Release that one, switch to the other. And release that one. Prop back up onto your forearms, but have your forearms a little further forwards. Get that same length out through your legs so it pulls you in. Pubic bone onto the floor, belly button trying to get away from the floor, and then kick your right heel in like you did when you just pulled it towards your bottom there. So you're going 1, 2, and then stretch the leg long. Left, 1, 2, stretch the leg long. Can you keep the spine from dipping when your leg kicks in so the lower back doesn't fall? Yeah, so I'm still pressing through the pubic bone, but I'm trying to keep the ribs and the belly off the ground. Inhale down, exhale, exhale, inhale down, exhale, exhale, inhale down, exhale, exhale, inhale down. Keep going like that. 2 more each leg. And then all the way down, resting your head on your right hand, rolling onto your right side. so that you're at the back edge of the mat. Keep your right leg on the floor, lift your left leg up so it's hip height, and fingertips on the ground to support you. Reach that leg long, so as it pulls from your core, I'm just going to pull this sheepskin underneath my hip. There we go. As it pulls from your core, it's going to lift the bottom side of your waist slightly. Point and flex your foot. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep it flexed. That's toes pulling up towards you. Lift. 5, down. 4, 3. Trying to make sure this hip doesn't fall back. 2, 1. Point your foot. Circle the leg. 5. Keep your spine steady. 4, 3, 2, 1. And change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Siri thought I was talking to him then. Catch hold of your foot, stretch the front of your thigh forwards. The top of your thigh forwards and the knee back. Drawing your heel in towards your bottom. Release that. You're just going to roll onto your other side. So I'll have my back towards you. I'm going to have a little wriggle because I want the sheepskin under my hip. When you're lying on your other side, the hand that's on the floor in front of you, be on your fingertips so that your top shoulder's got a bit more range to roll back. Bottom leg stays on the floor. Top leg up. 10 point and flex. 10, 9, really work your ankle. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Foot stays flexed. That's toes pulling upwards and lift. 5, 4. We're really working the outer leg. 3, 2. You're pressing up for 1. Hip level, point your foot, circle. See if you can circle your leg without your spine waving. 3, 2, 1. Change direction. I can definitely feel I'm having to work hard to not let the rest of my body move. 3, 2, 1. And then catch hold of your foot, stretch your hip forwards, knee back. Release, turn back round onto your tummy. Prop back up onto your forearms into Sphinx. Okay, and then just let your ribs touch the floor so you can stay here. Swoop your arms round down by your side and see if you can catch hold of your feet. If you can't catch hold of your feet, come back to Sphinx. If you can catch hold of your feet, push your feet into your hands to try and draw your chest up into that Sphinx position and press your thighs away from the floor. 3, 2, 1. Release and push back to child's pose. Arms going out in front. Breathe down into your back. Downward facing dog. It's just like saying stand up now, isn't it? Downward facing dog. It's such a known body position to be in. Probably one of the most commonly used ones through various practices. Everyone seems to know what a downward facing dog is. And from there, hands and feet walk towards each other. I'm going to roll the spine up to standing. And place your hands onto your hips. Slide your right leg out to the side so you're on your big toe. And reach your left arm out to the side. And then feel your leg and your arm squeezing into centre. So you are firm in the centre. Point and flex for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay flexed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And point. Circle. 5, 4, 3. Core strong. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, cross that leg over in front. Take your arms up, catch hold of the wrist and lean across, pushing your hips out toward the right. Come into center, bring your hands back to your hips. Slide your left leg out to the side, big toe touching the ground. Right arm reaches over. You can overreach, which isn't what we're after, or you can pull in and connect in. Point and flex. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay flexed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Cross the leg in front. Arms come up. Catch your wrist. Push your hips over to the left. And then up to center and bring your arms down. Okay, feet hip distance apart, hands on the sides of your legs. In fact, if you come up to the foot end of your mat, and then we're going to go down to a squat, so your hands slide maybe to your knees, maybe to your calves, maybe you can get as low as your ankles and then push back up again. 4 more of those. Slide down, push up. 3. Try to make sure your knees track forwards in line with your toes. 1 more. We're adding on, so go down into your squat, however low you can go. Extend your arms forwards, hands to legs, slide up. 4 more of those. Squat, arms forwards, hips reach back, hands to legs and up. Slide down. When your arms go forwards, hips reach back, hands to legs, push up. 2 more. Slide, reach, in, up. 1 more. Slide, reach, in and up, and then go down and see if you can go all the way down to sitting. Hello. Hello, I know. And in a sitting position, just so that we can go into a halfway roll back. So arms in front, scoop into a C shape with your spine, so you're tucked under with your buttocks, but hollowed in with your belly. Keep your belly hollow as you lift your right arm. If that pulls in your back or you feel you're going to fall back, hold with your left hand onto your left knee or thigh. Bring the right arm down, left arm lifts, hollow your belly deeper to support you, and arm down. Do that again. Exhale, inhale, arm down. Exhale, inhale, arm down. Have it so that you can just see your arm in your view. It's not going fully out of view. And then let's try both arms. If both arms is too much, then you just stick with the singles. 3 more. Exhale, lift, hollow the belly, inhale down. Exhale 2, inhale down. Exhale 1, inhale down, and exhale, roll down. Slide your feet towards your bottom, hands on your hips, tilt the pelvis back and forwards. And then level your hips with each other. Find a neutral, engage. Relax your elbows to the floor, but keep your hands on the front of the pelvis to check it stays strong. And your thighs are close by, so you can even have your knees touching. Extend your right leg, but keep the thighs level, keep the knees touching perhaps, and then bring your right foot to the floor. Extend the left leg. Inhale, foot to floor. When your leg extends, I want you to feel like your leg is extending from a strong core. So a bit like when you were lying on your tummy and I said, remember, feel like your leg is starting from deep inside your abdomen. When your leg extends now, feel like the strength is coming from deep inside your abdomen. Okay, right leg straight, and then lift the leg up toward the ceiling. Point your ankle, lower, flex your foot, lift. 4 more. Point, lower, check your hips stay level, flex, lift. Particularly feel your right front pelvic bone. When your leg goes down, is that right pelvic bone being pulled away? See if you can keep that right pelvic bone still when the leg reaches away. Okay, and then reach the leg away this time and keep it hovering off the ground. Lift your head and shoulders, arms forwards. And then lift your chest a little higher, but without having to push your back down. See if you can get higher by using your belly muscles to curl up and just sandwich your belly and your back closer together. You're not sandwiching more to the floor, you're sandwiching more front and back. 2 more breaths. 1. Bend that leg, hands to your hips, head on the floor. Left leg extends, left leg up to the ceiling, point and lower, flex and lift. Feel your left pelvic bone, I keep wanting to say pubic, pelvic bone, and when your leg goes down, can that pelvic bone stay steady? Okay, the skin across the bone is going to be moving, but is the bone itself staying steady? Try and keep it so it's not moving away with the leg. 1 more. So now we reach that leg away, it hovers off the ground, lift your head and shoulders, look through the gap of the legs, and then firm in more. Work a bit deeper from the core. 3, 2, I've got my pelvic floor switched on as well, switch that on. 1, leg bends in, head and arms to the floor. Your feet's in position for shoulder bridge. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll your spine up. We'll do 3 bridges without anything else. Inhale at the top. Exhale as you roll down. Inhale, land. Exhale, roll. Inhale, stretching the thighs out. Exhale, roll. Inhale, land. Exhale, roll. Inhale, reaching the knees. Exhale, roll. So we're going to come up to this next one and stay at the top. So roll your way up, keep it there, keep the thighs level, extend your right leg, inhale foot to floor, exhale left leg, inhale foot to floor. You want your legs to be quite close together, it's easier for your balance and it's easier to make that switch. And we're going to work the back of the leg, so the moment your foot touches the ground, switch the back of that leg on and your glutes on. When you touch your glutes, they should be firm. So we're working into the back of the leg and glutes, fully on. 1 more each leg. Foot to floor and roll down. If you've got a block, grab a block. If you haven't got a block, it doesn't matter, you can do this without one. Roll the bridge up again. Keep your bridge up and put your block under your bottom, but without resting on it. So it's just there, you know it's there, but you're not going to be on it. So lifting off your block, lengthen through your tailbone, slightly grip your inner thighs. Lift your right leg up, straight up in the air with a pointed ankle. And then reach your leg away. We're going to make sure that right hip bone doesn't move away with the leg and doesn't drop. And then flex your foot and lift back up again. So you point, reach away, see if you can go lower than your left thigh, flex and lift. Good. The leg is straight as it reaches away, flex and lift. 2 more. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift. 1 more. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift. Bend your leg, return your foot to the floor. Establish balance in your right leg and lift your left. Strong in your core, so long in the lower back. Reach your leg out. Flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower. Inhale, exhale, flex and lift. Inhale, point and lower. Exhale, flex and lift. 2. 1. Bend, return your foot to the floor, move the block out and roll your spine down. I didn't really tell you what the block was there for, did I? It was to make sure that we don't go too low, so you ideally weren't touching the block when you were doing those. It was to keep us, to give us a framework to know if we're dropping. Anyway, 1 hand each knee, circle your knees open and closed. And the other way. And then keep your legs bent, arms down by your side, double knee fold. a slight, almost like rolling back of your front hip points toward the waist. Tap your right foot to the floor, do 2 taps, 1, 2, and then lift it up. And then the left, tap 1, 2, lift. Right, tap, tap, lift. Left, tap, tap, lift. Good. When you tap your foot down, your belly stays strong. We've got no wobble going on there, no ricochet from the tap of the leg. And then lift your head and shoulders up off the ground, curling up. You can either do the same thing from a curled up position or straight leg scissors. Hold onto the back of one leg, reach the other leg away. Bounce, bounce, switch. Bounce, bounce, switch. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Reach away through your straight leg and build flexibility in the incoming leg. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Your legs should be about the same distance away, so they're making an even V. For example, if this leg was only coming to here, I don't want that leg to go all the way down there. So we want the distance to be proportionate. If you're not bringing this top leg in too far, then don't take the other leg away too far. Last time, exhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Knees into your chest, head down to the floor, and then a full body stretch. Wriggle out long. Lift your arms. If you can roll up, roll your way up to sitting. If you can't roll up through a full body position like this, then you could use your knees or turn to your side. Once you're up to sitting, right leg bends, step your foot over and twist. Lift the left toes up. And centre, switch the leg over. And centre and straighten that leg out. We're going to try and go down into a low leg 100. You can do one leg for 5 breaths and then switch the leg for the second set of 5 breaths. Or you can do the advanced version where we have both legs lifted for 10 breaths. So it's 5 breaths each leg or 10 breaths both legs. First of all, get your legs into Pilates stance, heels turn together, knees start to turn out, arms in front, roll just a little way down, pause, tuck your buttocks under a bit more, get this little hollow in your lower belly, start to squeeze the legs so they're getting lighter on the floor. Now when your lower back goes to the ground, the legs float up, same height as your chest. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, out, in, out. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then relax all the way down. Just get rid of this cat who's just come over to attack me. Come on, you. In there. Go on. In you go. Let's take butterfly. Arms loosely back. I'm going to get attacked a lot by the cat, I think, this year because I'm having a no daylight hours outdoor time. That was a long way of saying it, but I'm not. Bring your legs in, figure 4, right ankle onto left knee, and then bring the left leg in. So I'm not going to let him outside during daylight hours just to see if that can tame his prey drive a little and keep some birds fear-free. He's not actually a big bird hunter, it's more mice. But even that tends to be more active during the daytime. Okay, release that side, switch to the other. Left ankle onto right knee, bring it in. Anyway, so consequently he's going to be looking for something to hunt in the house. And I'm his favourite. He never tries to attack Paul. He sometimes tries to attack Harry, but he does it very softly. But I get the brunt of it. Release that side down. Feet wide, arms wide. Little sway of your knees side to side. Look the opposite way to your knees. And into centre, lift your bottom a fraction off the floor, stretch your lower back long, and then extend the legs out. And you might bring your arms down about level with your hips. I'm just going to bring my arms in because the floor's particularly cold. And I've gone from being super duper warm earlier to getting a bit chilly now. So make sure you feel that you are warm enough in your space to be able to relax. If that means bringing your arms in, bring them in. Close your eyes. And when we stop like this, sometimes we don't realise how much we actually need to stop, to slip into non-action rather than always feeling like we've got to be active and doing. Non-action, non-doing. Let some inner repair take place as you pause. Stretch your arms overhead, wriggle your whole body long and straight. And then again, up to you whether you want to come through a roll up or whether you want to hug your knees in first. And then come to sit in, take one arm out to the side, lift your other arm up and over into a side bend. And the arm that's up in the air, bend that arm, take it to your opposite ear and come up, draw your head over into a neck stretch. That hand comes down, up and over the other way. And bend your arm in the air, hand to head, lift up and over, draw your head over. And then release your head, a hand off your ear, roll your shoulders. And then press the top of your head up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders all the way down, neck getting longer. Bring your hands together, give yourself a little very well done. And thank you very much everybody, very well done. See you soon.